Hello and welcome to the Evo India YouTube channel, and it's time for the news of the week. Yet another action-packed news week, and let's get started with the launch of the Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV. Now we will be getting the 500 4MATIC top-of-the-line variant. Internationally, the EQE is also available in a sedan body style, but for now in India we're getting only the SUV body style. Powering it is a 90.56 kilowatt-hour battery, which powers two motors, one on each axle, and you get a combined output of 402 bhp and 858 newton meters of torque. Now those power outputs enable figures like a 210 km per hour top speed, the 0 to 100 km per hour sprint in just 4.9 seconds, and a 550 km WLTP range. Now this car, it rides on 20-inch alloy wheels. It gets air suspension with adjustable dampers. Now this allows the EQE to raise by 25 mm, which increases the ground clearance as a result. Apart from that, you get 9 colors options to choose from, including 2 manufacturer colors. The 56-inch MBUX hyperscreen is standard fitment on this EQE. You get digital lights. The rear tail light is a connected unit, so it has a 3D light function. Massage and ventilated seats are standard. You get a 15-speaker Burmester sound system. This is again a 3D sound system, 4-zone climate control, a panoramic sunroof, flush-fitting door handles, and in terms of safety features, this is equipped with ADAS as standard, a 360-degree camera which displays the car in a virtual view as well, 9 airbags, ABS with EBD, lane keep assist, autonomous emergency braking, blind spot mirroring, and park assist. And if you buy this car, it also comes with a 10-year warranty on the battery. As you're watching this video, we have already driven the Mercedes-Benz EQE, and our reviews for the same will be dropping soon, so stay tuned for that. Next up is the bookings are now open for the Citroen C3 Aircross. The introductory prices start at Rs 9.99 lakh ex-showroom. The full price list will be available shortly. To book the car, you need to pay Rs 25,000, and the C3 Aircross, it will be available in 3 variants, the U, the Plus and the Max, available in both 5 and 7-seater configurations, and delivery should commence by October 15th. Jeep has launched the 2024 Compass along with a new limited edition variant for it and a new variant in the Meridian lineup as well. The big news is that the prices have gone down. So Jeep has rejigged their entire variant lineup, which now means that you get a 4x2 configuration in the 9-speed automatic variant, which is now around 20% less than it would cost for the 4x4 automatic variant. Previously, you could only get the 4x2 variant in a manual transmission, but now you can get it in an automatic as well. The prices for the entire range have been revised as well, and it is now more affordable than it used to be. The MT variant now starts at 20.49 lakh ex-showroom, which is around 1.24 lakhs less than before, and the 80 variants now start at Rs 23.99 lakhs, effectively 24 lakhs, which is around 5.85 lakhs less than before. Now this is due to the addition of the 4x2 variant, the auto 4x2 variant, so the entire prices start a little lesser than they used to before. What's new on the design front? You have a revised grille and also a new design for the alloys. You have a completely retuned, fully independent suspension. Now, Jeep claims that this new suspension is more suitable for on-road driving. You get wireless charging, a panoramic sunroof, which is now available on the middle trims as well. And in terms of the powertrain options, you have the 2-liter turbo diesel, which makes 168 bhp and 350 newton meters of torque. And this is the same as before, but it remains the only engine option available in the lineup. Now the new 4x2 Compass, the automatic variant, has been developed exclusively for India, and that with the fact that it gets this new suspension that is tuned better for road should make the driving experience that much nicer. Now, in terms of variants, you have 5. You have the Sport, the Longitude Plus, Limited, the Model S, and then there's the Black Shark, the limited edition variant that I spoke about in the start. So that gets body-colored painted roof and lower cladding. It gets 18-inch wheels which are finished in black, and black seats and red highlighting in the interior. So quite nice looking car. Now, continuing with the Jeep news, there is a new variant in the Meridian range. It's called the Meridian Overland. Prices for the 4x2 Auto start at Rs 36.77 lakh, and the 4x4 Auto, that costs Rs 39.46 lakh both ex-showroom. Again, the same engine option, the 2-liter turbo diesel, which makes 168 bhp and 350 newton meters of torque. The gearbox is a 9-speed automatic torque converter. Now, in terms of the design on this Overland edition, you get a chrome 7-slot grille instead of the black one that you'd find earlier. You get a revised paint scheme where all of it is body colored. All the sills, the overhangs, all of that are matched to the body color. And you also get more chrome garnish on the front and the rear bumpers. On the interiors, you have copper highlights on the dashboard. You have brown leather seats with suede inserts, and you get suede soft touch panels on the door trims as well. Now, carried over from before is the same 10.1-inch touchscreen infotainment system and a 7-inch digital instruments cluster. You have the same Alpine sound system, a power tailgate and powered front seats with ventilation function. In terms of safety, you get 6 airbags, you get traction control, electronic parking brake, you get a TPMS system, you get ISOFIX mounts at the rear seat, and a bunch more. Now, while on the topic of variants, Kia has also introduced 2 new variants for the Seltos. You have the GTX Plus S trim and the X-Line S trim. Now, both are offered with the turbo petrol and diesel engine options. Now, the turbo petrol variant is mated exclusively to the 7-speed DCT, whereas the diesel variant is mated exclusively to the 6-speed AT. Now, the GTX Plus S variant is priced at Rs 19.4 lakh ex-showroom, while the X-Line S variant will cost Rs 19.6 lakh ex-showroom. Now, the prices are the same for the petrol or the diesel in the GTX Plus S or the X-Line S variant. In terms of safety, these variants are equipped with the Level 2 ADAS functionality. You get 18-inch wheels, electric parking brake, and all-black roof lining. Now, Kia says that the inclusion of these variants will help reduce the waiting time for the Seltos from 15 to 16 weeks down to 7 to 9 weeks. So, if you booked a Seltos and these variants have come in, you should get your car sooner than you expected. We have an exclusive piece of news from BMW. The iX1 is coming to India. It should be launched sometime next month and would be priced between 60 to 65 lakh ex-showroom. Now, powering the iX is a 64.78 kWh battery. The motor is good for 201 bhp and 250 Newton meters of torque. That enables the car to sprint from 0 to 100 in 8.6 seconds, and the range is a claimed 475 kilometers in the WLTP cycle. Now, in terms of charging, this car can go from 0 to 100% charge in 6.5 hours using the 11 kilowatt AC charger. But if you want to speed things up a bit, it can charge from 10 to 80% in just 29 minutes using the 130 kilowatt hour fast charger. Now, in terms of other features, you have a dual zone climate control system, and the driver instrument cluster is taken care of by a 10.25-inch screen, whereas the infotainment system is taken care of by a 10.7-inch colored display, which is touchscreen obviously. Now, in terms of rivals, this BMW iX1 will go up against the likes of the Volvo C40 Recharge. Which one would you pick? Let us know in the comment section down below. Continuing with the launches, Audi has launched a new Q5 limited edition for the festive season. Prices for that start at 69.72 lakh ex-showroom. There's only one color choice. It's called the Mythos Black. This gets the black styling package, which means you get the black Audi rings. The logo is finished in black. Then you get a black grille. The roof rails are also done in black. And you get the black window trim strips as well. So you get the theme here. It's basically black. Now, this comes only in the technology trim. And retained from the standard Q5 is the powertrain, of course. So you have the 2-liter TFSI engine that produces 261 bhp and 370 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 kmph comes in at 6.1 seconds, and it can continue to accelerate to a top speed of 240 kilometers an hour. Now, obviously, this being an Audi Quattro, it gets the Quattro all-wheel drive drivetrain. It have adaptive suspension with damping control, and you also have 8 airbags and a parking assist system. And the infotainment system, it is taken care of by a 10-inch screen, and you also have a Bang & Olufsen sound system. Now, the last bit of news on the cars front is the unveil of the new Tiguan by Volkswagen. Now, this is based on VW's new MQB Evo platform. Now, the design of this car is such that the drag coefficient has gone down from 0.33 to 0.28. Now, here are the options for engines and powertrains. You have turbo diesels, the TDIs. You have the turbo petrols, the TSIs. Then you have a mild hybrid turbo petrol, the ETSI. And you also have a plug-in hybrid, which is made, all of which are mated to a DSG gearbox. Now, the plug-in hybrid powertrain, it enables an electric-only range of 100 kilometers and it supports fast DC charging as standard. Now, coming to the design, it's all new. It's completely different from the Tiguan that we have here. It looks fresh. You have the flat LED HD matrix lights. Now, these are inspired from the Touareg and they merge the front grille and the radiator grille's opening, so it has a nice seamless look on the outer side. Even at the rear, you have the taillights, which is integrated to a black panel that runs across the entire tailgate. Now, most of the dimensions are the same as before, only it is now 30 longer than the previous model. Now, in terms of features, you have support for heating, ventilation and massage functions on the front seats. You have a park assist feature. You have the capability to option this with up to 20-inch wheels. Now, the cockpit and the dashboard design is also all new, at the center of which is a new 15-inch infotainment screen. Now, you have a rotary driving switch with an OLED display as well. The gear shifter again is not in the center anymore, it's on the steering column, so like you have with the Mercedes, so there is that. So there's a lot of space that's been liberated in the center. In terms of boot space, you have 652 liters of boot space, which is 32 liters more than it was earlier. And Volkswagen says that the deliveries of the new Tiguan will commence internationally in the European markets in the first quarter of 2024, which means we might be able to see it in India in the middle of the year next year or sometime even later than that. Now, coming to bike news, Ducati has unveiled a new variant in the Multistrada V4 lineup. It's called the V4S Grand Tour and is the most comprehensive Multistrada V4 package, because a lot of things that were options or optional extras on the V4S and the other variants are standard fitment on this V4S Grand Tour. So all of the equipment you could configure on the V4S you get over here. Apart from that, you also get additional LED lamps to improve visibility. You get the passenger seat from the V4 Rally, so it should be more comfortable for long haul trips. Apart from that, you get heated grips and seats as standard fitment, and the smartphone compartment is now ventilated. So if you're screen mirroring your maps and the phone tends to heat up, it shouldn't be the case now, because there's a constant flow of air going to your phone in the pocket. You also get side panniers as standard, and you get this new Grand Tour livery. Carried over from the V4S is that engine, that lovely engine. It stays as is. No one has messed with that. So you still get 168 bhp and 125 newton meters of torque. You get the semi-active suspension with a minimum preload function. You can adjust it on the fly, and you can get up to 170 to 180 of travel with this suspension. So the radar system also stays untouched, which means you get adaptive cruise control and blind spot detection. You control all of this via the 6.5-inch instrument cluster and the same toggle switches on the switchgear. You have a bi-directional quick shifter, cornering ABS, wheelie control, traction control. All of the electronics you come to expect from a Ducati are here. But if you're not happy with the amount of kit this bike has, you can option even more, because you have different options for the seat, for the windshield and extra luggage options as well. Do you want this Multistrada V4 to come to India, and do you think you'll be able to do your world trip with this bike? Do let me know in the comment section down below. Now, there's another piece of news which hasn't been technically confirmed yet. This is a patent filing that got leaked, which is essentially that Suzuki will be fitting the Hayabusa with VVT. Now, this upgrade is not necessarily strictly from a performance point of view, more to allow the engine as is to meet newer and more stricter emission norms. But that in turn, the VVT system, like we've seen with the Gixxer 1000, should really transform the way this engine feels, because there should be a lot more grunt all across the rev range. Now, I'm not saying that the Hayabusa lacked that, but with the VVT, I can only imagine how much crazier that powerful engine will become and feel. So that's quite exciting. Now, the final piece of news is that Aprilia has showcased the RS457 in India. MotoGP Bharat is right around the corner, and just a couple of days before the GP, Aprilia showcased the RS457 to the Indian media, and we had none other than Maverick Vinales roll the bike on stage. Alicia Espargaro was there as well. Now, looking at the bike in the flesh, it feels quite nice. It feels premium. Aprilia levels of build quality. Now, that motor, it's called 457. We don't know if the 457 is indicating how much it displaces, but that would be a safe guess that the engine displaces 457cc. We were all expecting that it would be called the 440, but 457 is what Aprilia is calling it. It makes roughly 47.3 bhp of power. It has a parallel twin engine configuration, a 270-degree crank, DOHC 4 valves, all of that. So it's a pretty modern engine with liquid cooling as well. We don't know what the exact torque figures are. You have a 6-speed gearbox and a bi-directional quick shifter, which as of right now seems like it will be an option, not part of the package. ride-by-wire throttle, which controls 3 ride modes and traction control as well. There are 3 levels to choose from, all of which can be done on the fly with the switchgear, which is backlit. You also have a slip and assist clutch, and the styling which is derived from the RS660. So it looks really sharp, really nice. This is a slightly shrunken down version of the RS660, and I can't wait to see this on the roads. Now, coming to seeing this on the roads, we don't exactly know when it will launch. Aprilia says in the coming few months we should get some information, and pre-bookings should start soon. Now, as far as prices are concerned, Aprilia didn't feel the need to disclose that in this event, because this event was strictly just talking about the bike and where it's come from, what its inspirations are, and what the target audience is. So that's been that for the news of the week this week. What was your favorite piece of news? Do let me know in the comment section down below, and thanks for watching.